so close. There's so much to say. And watching you walk away. And never knowing what could have been. And not seeing that loving you is what I was trying to do. Fuck.
Billie Jean.
Come on.
Karaoke skills. I love it.
Paulson, tell me, out of all the webinars you've had, has anybody started off with a little karaoke? That's some new.
No one has. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 2. We're going to go right into it. Billie Jean to the stage, please.
Hello. Yes.
We are live, Billie. We're good to go.
All right, we're good. Everybody good? We're good on Facebook.
Yes.
What's up? Okay, let's get straight into it because we have a lot to cover in a short amount of time. Yesterday, we were focused all on what's the trade. Matter of fact, we got some recap slides right here. All right. And then Johnny, let me get a little clicker. Can I get a clicker, y'all? I'm clickless.
And by the way, if you are just jumping in, we are going to do like a quick 30-second review of what you might have missed out yesterday. And do me a favor, y'all. I know you're watching on some of the social channels across the board. Tell us what city you're checking in from, what country, what region. If you were here yesterday, give us a yes in the chat. If today is your first day, type in day 1 or first day in general, just to get the interactions going. It helps Billie, it helps me, it helps the team. Show us some love, folks. Show us some love.
Come on, especially after the karaoke. Paul, can you pull up my lyrics just a little bit higher, just in case I break out in a song again? Okay, so our slides. How to make $1 million using high-level AI and ads. Quick reminder, there's not a single soul here who should not be using HighLevel for your business. It would just save you time and money. I don't know how else to say that. And so we hooked you guys up yesterday, if you missed it, with a 30-day free trial, which gives you plenty of time to set it up, get your bearings, click all the buttons, etc., and put it to use. So yeah, I think that the average trial is like 2 weeks or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But we made sure that you have 30, which is plenty of time to implement everything that I showed you yesterday. And then today I'm going to teach you how to sell it. Okay? What I'm going to teach you today will make you money if you simply implement it and you practice it for your entire entrepreneurial career. So make sure you hit this trythisfreetrial.com, trythisfreetrial.com. And let's do it. Someone says, please turn up Billie's microphone volume. Let's get my microphone volume up a little bit there. Okay.
Yeah, it is kind of low. And real quick, Billie, if you don't mind, can I say some words of wisdom real quick?
Please. Yeah, love wisdom.
I know the title of the event is How to Make $1 Million, and I promise you, most people will not. Results may vary, and Billie's results and everything we're sharing are representative of him and us as well, and just giving you all the good old disclaimers that you may or may not make any money off of this. But we want to just show and inspire and show some strategies of what people have done in the past. Billie, you want to add anything to that, my guy?
I do, yeah. The journey is for the 1%. Simple, right? Like 1% of the US makes over, I believe it's like 375 grand a year. So if you're trying to be 1%, you have to understand, if you're standing in a room with 100 people, 99 won't make it. If that discourages you or deters you away from the pursuit of excellence, don't play this game. Go get a job. That's the game. If you're about that life, then let's freaking go, because I got some exciting stuff for you today, okay? Let's go back to the Prezi. All right, recap. Yesterday what I showed you is, I hope I changed your definition. Come back to Crane for a second. I hope I changed your definition of, most of the time when people think about their financial situation, I gave you an example I showed you what the average person is sitting on in cash. They think they have a money problem. My main takeaway from yesterday is the reason why we have the money problem is usually because we do not have anything to trade for money. We lack a skill set to trade for money. Attorneys and doctors get paid so much because if I get sick, I can't save myself. I can't do surgery on myself, so they charge a premium. If you're freedoms at stake. You need an attorney to represent you because they can do things that you cannot. So if you're looking at your bank account and you're obsessed with how much money you have to ask yourself one simple question. What can you do that others cannot? And if that is, I don't know, or if your answer is something like, well, I work hard, I'm willing to put in the hours, I got a newsflash for you. I'm gonna hit you between the eyes. Everybody works hard. Working hard is not a novelty. Matter of fact, I'll ask you guys in the chat, anybody here know somebody who works hard and is still broke? Anybody here know somebody who works hard but still broke? Anybody? Oh yeah, all of us, families, etc. Because it doesn't matter, you need to be in the right vehicle. You need to be in the right vehicle. And that's what yesterday was about. Let's go full screen on the Prezi. We talked about what could you trade somebody for $2,500 a month and over deliver. I showed you the process of using social media ads to help businesses find customers and delivering it to them. Using AI and automation, making the sell easy. If you didn't see yesterday, go and watch the recap. Also buy my shit, okay? So this process is called customer acquisition. I brought to the HighLevel community in particular, I said, I love the HighLevel community. I love how everybody's geeking out on the tech because it's such a powerful software. But don't forget what people buy are customers. They don't buy the widget, they don't buy the tool, they want money in their pocket. So as me, as a direct response marketer for the last 15 years, working with some of the biggest companies in the world, my job is simple. If I can make somebody money, they are happy to pay me money. I want you to realize that. If you can make somebody money, then they're happy to pay you money. Simple. So how do we turn that into $1 million though? Where's the $1 million come from, Billy? Well, if you can do it once, you can do it again. I think the example we used yesterday was chiropractor. Is that right, Ray? Yeah. So if you can get one chiropractor to give you $2,500, why not? Can't you get 35? Why not? Says who? Is it easy? Nope. Is it simple? Yes. Say that again. Is it easy? No. Is it simple? Yes. It sure is. The math is the math. Now, this is where most people usually struggle. All right, Billy. Cool story, bro. But how do I actually get these 35 business owners to say, yeah? That's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you guys how to sell your butts off. Not like a spammy douchebag, like a person who just genuinely cares about the success of other people. And when you just genuinely care and you ask the right questions, usually you'll make a sale, okay? So I'm going to give you guys the dopest sales training for how to sell a customer acquisition service. Business needs customers. I can help you get those. Here's the presentation. I usually only save this for my students, but I say, you know what? This is HighLevel. I'm going to give you guys some absolute fire and heat. You're going to want to take pictures, notes, because what I'm about to show you works. It's how I've built my career. It's how I've built my career every step of the way. So if you guys are ready for that, put LFG in the chat. That stands for let's freaking go, because we don't curse here. So let's start from the top here. Understand this. What is sales? It's nothing more than a trade. It's not this thing that you fear and it's so uncomfortable. Kill the identity of I hate sales. Let me tell you something else. Let me look at you in the crane. Here's what else needs to stop. The self-assignment. What do I mean by that? If I ask most of you guys in the chat right now, if I ask you, say, are you an extrovert or are you an introvert? There's this phenomenon going in society where almost everybody says, well, I'm an introvert. Well, it's my stress, my anxiety. And we've created these fucking, I just said I'm gonna curse. We've created these fortresses that hold us back from everything that we've wanted. The truth is, there's no such thing as an introvert or an extrovert. There's just people who have practiced being uncomfortable. And the people who have practiced being uncomfortable, the people that have said, you know what, I'm gonna get rejected 1,000 times and I'm still standing here and I'm okay, those are the people that are now deemed extroverts because they were willing to put in the work when most people weren't. Now, being an introvert is nothing but an excuse to not do hard things. Everybody's an introvert. If you're in a room full of strangers, it's weird to say hello to a stranger as an adult. That is uncomfortable. That does not make you an introvert. That makes you someone who is unwilling. That's not you. You're here today at this training learning to get better. You're the type of person that wants and deserves more. So kill the identity of I'm an introvert. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not good at sales. Add one word to that, yet. I'm not good at sales yet. We own the fact that we can suck right now, and we're okay with that. Who cares if you suck in the beginning? That sounds like life. Anytime you do something new, you're not good. You do it consistently, and then you get good. That's what I want you to embrace. So all identities that you've assigned to yourself, God didn't just put you out the womb and say, introvert, extrovert, introvert, extrovert. It wasn't a sticker that got put on your booty. It was something that you just looked in the mirror and you said, yeah, I'm an introvert because that's easier. That's more comfortable. That's safe. So today we use that, starting here, full screen on the slides. Sales is a trade. Selling is scary. Trading sounds fair. Trading is something that you can do with confidence. Okay? Difference from making a sale or losing a sale, stay with me. Transfer of trust, transfer of energy, transfer of confidence. You ever argue with somebody about a random fact? Usually it's just the most confident person who wins. Do they believe that what you're going to sell them is going to help them? Or do they believe that something you're going to sell them is going to hurt them? If they have confidence in what you're saying, if you transfer good energy, you ever met somebody, I don't know, they just felt good. I don't know what it is. They just had a good vibe. That's what makes somebody buy. Best way to transfer, and the script I'm going to show you today, you got to be on Zoom. You got to be on Zoom. Come to the crane here for a second. We live in a world, as I showed you yesterday, AI can be somebody's fake voice, etc. You know, as humans, we're skeptical. Like, still, the way that we transfer trust, even in this modern day era, is we shake somebody's hand and we look them in the eye. That's how we establish trust. So when you go into a cell and the first thing you do is you limit yourself to just the phone, you now ruin the ability to be able to connect with somebody where they can see you. You're already decreasing your chances. So the first thing that you want to do when you just sell something like this is you need to sell on Zoom. You need to sell on Zoom, full screen, okay? I'm gonna give you a different perspective to Zoom though, all right? Zoom Phone. For those of you that aren't familiar, Zoom Phone is the most gangster software, next to HighLevel, of course. Trythisfreetrial.com, put the domain there. But Zoom Phone is spectacular because it's affordable. And it's not the same as the regular Zoom that we're using at this moment. So you see these two green boxes right here, one green box? When you're on Zoom Phone, essentially it gives you a couple of features. Take notes here. Number one, it allows you to record your calls. It allows you to record your calls. In the same way that the NBA, when they get done watching the game or playing the game, they watch film. NFL, you play the game, you watch film the next day, you do better. Business is the only sport where we think we can take shortcuts. We want to make more money, but we don't practice ourselves. We must record our phone calls. You must listen to them. That is how you get better. Zoom Phone's going to allow you to do that. In addition to that, as you scale, as you grow, you use virtual assistants, etc., you will not be the only one selling because we're not just here for money. If you're following this process with me yesterday, you know to us, people like us, time is more valuable than money. But when we have time, we want to have some money to spend so we can do some fun things. So when you do that, you will end up, once you master it, delegating the sales, giving it to somebody else. You will need to train them. You will need to monitor them. How do you do that? For like $30 a month. Zoom Phone. Here's what I'm saying. That whisper button. Right now, I can pull up my phone. I can see everybody in my company, who's on a call, who they're talking to, how long the conversation has been going. I can click any of those calls and I can listen in real time. Listening in is one aspect. But what would happen if I hear one of my sales representatives saying something that may be off base, or maybe they're just off script, or they're just kind of slacking a little bit? I can then hit the whisper button, which allows me to talk to my sales rep, and the other side of the phone cannot hear me. Real-time coaching regardless of where in the world they are. So I can be in San Diego, as Ron Burgundy would say, a Wells Hart remix, right? I can be in San Diego listening to a salesperson in Montana in real time. I can whisper in their ear while they're on a sales call and coach them through it. The second mode that you see right there that we have highlighted is barge. If I want to jump in and have that conversation and talk with the people, I can too. If somebody's getting out of hand, I can hit the takeover button below it, and I can stop their conversation and have me jumping in. This is managing your money and your opportunities. So if you're practicing and you're really trying to be a professional, you're trying to accomplish the 1% of things, then you need to act accordingly. Zoom phone, lifesaver. So when we do this presentation, we want to sell on Zoom so we can transfer trust. We want to record everything so we can watch our game films and we can get better. And then also we want to be able to share our screen. When you're selling marketing, common mistake. Here we go. Type this in the chat for me, please. Never sell without visual representation. Type that in the chat for me. Never sell without visual representation. The problem with selling without visual representation is nobody understands marketing the same way. When you say the word marketing, some people think of funnels. When you say the word marketing, some people think of MLM, door-to-door. Some people think of radio, PR. Some people think it's Jake Paul taking Floyd Mayweather's hat. Everybody has a different definition. So when you're selling without representation, no one knows what you're talking about. And a confused mind never buys. That's correct. A confused mind never buys. So we need to be on Zoom, okay? We need to have our industry that we want to focus on locked in, because when you're practicing your sales, when I go to the next pitch, I want to start developing expertise in a certain area. And in addition to that, as I showed you yesterday, when you duplicate the campaigns, it's much easier to do if it's the same niche. So it just saves you time. But honestly, if you only want a handful of clients, you actually don't have to worry about niche that much. But you will have to make the presentation I'm going to show you multiple times, okay? If you stay with the same niche, you can use the same presentation over and over again, which I'm going to give to you right now, okay? A couple other aspects. When you are selling, AKA trading, right? It's just a trade. Your objective is to bring somebody to where they've never been before. They're here. They want to go somewhere else. Oh, I never had a six-pack. What do? I need to go there. I want to be a millionaire. I've never been there. They're one side of the bridge. Your product or service is the bridge to get them over. This is like sales 101, okay? How do you get them across? Is you ask questions. This is BG3, Billie Jean Shaw III. I've been teaching this principle for a long time now. Type it in the chat for me. It's 90-10, 90-10, 90-10. Type that in the chat for me real quick. You follow this principle, you will make more sales. First aspect, 90% of the conversation needs to be them talking, not you. A lot of people think a good salesperson is someone who runs their mouth, jabroni. That's not the case. The best salespeople are the best listeners. Fellas, have you ever had sex before? Anybody? What did she say? Oh my God, you're such a good listener. I feel heard. Or what's the new quote? I feel seen. I feel seen. It's not talking. The person who's rambling and just talking at people never closes. Ever. So the first 90-10, 90% of the conversation needs to be them talking. Ready for the second? For the 10% of the time that you are speaking, needs to be a question. For the 10% of time that you are speaking, excuse me, it needs to be a question. You're doing a deep dive. And then finally, the last 90-10, 90% of the conversation needs to be about the product or service. And I'm going to show you all this in a demo right now. Now this one, some people give me pushback because you get on the phone, you start building rapport, and now you start talking about fishing. Oh, you like bass fishing too? I like bass fishing too. You're 35 minutes in the conversation. They know nothing about the product or service, how it helps them. But you know you connect in bass fishing. And then all of a sudden, right when you think you're going to close for some reason, they have to go. Because there's such thing, and everybody types in the chat for me too, last word, fatigue. Yo, fatigue. People get tired of being on the phone. They got stuff to do. You know about your time, talk about fishing, etc. You build rapport by listening, being attentive. So here's a sales demo. Give you guys slides, the whole deal. And by the way, if you want the exact slides, that's for the people go to trythisfreetrial.com. You want us to just send them to you? That's for the people go to trythisfreetrial.com, and you make sure that you're linked up with HighLevel, okay? So Here's your presentation. I'm going to give you exactly what to show, exactly what to say, and explain to you why. All right? So, first of all, why do I got this weird ass Chuck E. Cheese smile on my face? Whatever. Team, next time I'm going to update that slide. All right. What to show? You are face to face on Zoom. They can see your eyes. Build the real trust. Second aspect, the setup. This is how you start the conversation. Hey, Steve, I want to take a moment and say thanks for taking the time to meet with me today. I know you're extremely busy, so I really appreciate it. I want to acknowledge that they're busy and that their time is valuable. Second aspect, I also want to let you know that I'm going to make this short and to the point because I know your time's valuable and I don't want to waste it. Now, you guys tell me, what's the biggest objection that somebody's going to have right when you get on a sales demo? Hey, just so you know, I don't have a lot of time. They're going to tell you how busy they are and how long is this going to take. They're wondering this. So immediately I'm going to diffuse the first objection before they say a word. I want to let you know that I'm going to make this short and to the point because I know your time is valuable and I don't want to waste it. Now they can take a, oh my God, thank God, I thought this was going to take forever. And then the next aspect is I am now going to take control of the conversation. The person asking the questions is typically in control in the same way that you go to the doctor's office. You go to the doctor's office, well, tell me what happened. Oh, you hurt your back? How long has it been going on? How did it feel? Okay, was anyone else there? Show me the direction in which it went. They ask you like 16 questions. And then they go, okay, your prescription will be ready right in 30 minutes. And they're gone. 90-10, 90-10, 90-10. So the way that you take control, because if I come in a conversation right now and I start going, well, how much money are you making? How much money are you making, bro? What's going on? Tell me about your business. People are going to feel defensive. People are going to be like, back up. Why are you in my Kool-Aid? So I hit them with just this little bar so that I can save the most time and cater this directly to your business. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? It's called permission-based selling. I don't need to bully anybody, none of that weird shit. Hey, I tell them the reason, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, so that I can save you the most time and cater this directly to your business. Do you mind if I ask you some questions? And of course, they're like, heck yeah, you can ask me some questions. This is going to get me out of here faster. So now I've taken control. I'm in charge. I get to ask what I want, and there's also context for them, so their guard's down. We can have a real honest conversation here. That's phase one. You don't do this, you go off, right? If you don't follow a script like this or have some kind of setup, you get on the phone, they go, well, what do you want? Okay, hey, can you just get to the point? What's the price? What are you selling me? That's your fault. You forgot to bring them through the process. Second aspect is we start to go into a series of past, present, and future questions. I'm going to teach you something I call the two-step. You master this two-step. You guys know what two-step is? Come to the crane here for a second. Two-step is like when you're dancing, 1, 2. It's the one that any race can do, where we're all united. Like everybody can do this and not feel. It's just the two-step, and then black people have to two-step. We do a lot. But my point is I'm gonna teach you how to do the same dance in sales. Meaning, I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be simple, but not easy. It's gonna take you a while to practice. Okay. So we start off. I got my setup. I just got permission to ask questions. Now I want to go into the present. I ask some questions like, explain to me in one sentence like I'm in 5th grade. What product or service would you like to focus on selling first? See, if I don't say which product or service would you like to focus on selling first, they're going to rattle me off 13 other things, and I can't build a marketing campaign for 13 products. The conversation gets confusing. It starts to bounce around. So I'm acknowledging that I know you have other things, but what can we prioritize so we can have a focused conversation? So, hey, what would you like to focus on selling first? And also, notice I said these words. Explain to me in one sentence like I'm in 5th grade. For anybody who's been rocking with me for a long time, I've been asking this question for 15 years. Because I need to understand what you do for me to bring you customers. The clients that can't explain their own stuff, they wonder why their marketing's off. You can't even tell me what you do. How do you think I'm gonna run an ad with it? Next aspect. What made you decide to schedule an appointment today? See, when you run advertisements like I showed you yesterday, and the people who are going to be rocking with me for 16 weeks, I help you build yours. But when you're advertising like this, they come to you, which automatically puts you in a position of power. That automatically puts you in a position of authority. So when I say, what made you decide to schedule an appointment today? It's reminding you, is that, hey, you came to me. I didn't come to you. You came to my house. It's a different level of respect when someone comes to you versus you having to chase them. Okay? And the third component, what are you currently doing to get customers? I'll ask y'all in the chat. What do you think 95% of people are going to say when you ask them, what are you currently doing to get customers? What do you think 95% of small business owners are going to say when you ask them, what are you currently doing to get customers? Starts with an R and it rhymes with Katoro. The answer is referrals. That's right, Jamie Buck. Referrals. They got no control. They just wake up every day and they look up in the sky and say, please send me a referral. That's inconsistent. That's nerve-wracking. So we know what question they're going to say right there. And then finally, I asked them, are you currently advertising on social media? Their answer is most likely going to be no. But I ask them why or why not. They say yes. I ask them why not. Now, here's what you'll find. When you start going through this presentation, you come here, and these can be pretty fast. I'll hypothetically role play it for you. It sounds like this. Hey, Mr. Customer, explain to me in one sentence like I'm in 5th grade, what product or service would you like to focus on selling first? And they say, horses. And I say, what made you decide to schedule an appointment today? And they go, because I need more leads to sell horses. And I say, well, what are you currently doing to get customers? And they go, referrals. And then I say, are you currently advertising on social media? Why or not? No, I've just been busy. Now, all of a sudden, because they're not open, you think that they're bad quality, that they don't work, etc. But the truth is, we never ask the right questions, and this is where the two-step comes into play. Go ahead and get your phones out. I'm going to give you some game, some fuego-ness. Okay? Two-step questions. Ways to get people to open up and to share more. Questions like, why? Why else? Who else? What else? How'd that make you feel? Elaborate, please. For example, anything else? How'd that go? Oh, what went well? What can be improved? If you suck at sales, if you're intimidated by this whole process, stay right here in this little two-step. You can go on any dance floor in the world. Take a picture of this real quick. I'll give you a second. Low Jeopardy music, please, Johnny. By the way, y'all, I'm feeling myself this morning. I'm kind of on fire, low key.
Low key, for sure. Billy, I got a couple of questions for you that I'm seeing from the crowd here.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and
Hey, go
so
kill the
just
music,
real
Johnny.
so just real quick. You're using Zoom phone app, so it's almost like a FaceTime, right? Is that
Yeah.
right? So can you
Well, so
share?
the Zoom phone's actually linked to your phone system, right? So if you're on
Okay,
Zoom face to face with somebody, you can just always hit the record button, obviously letting
okay,
people know that you're recording the session.
okay,
So that's an option for your Zoom presentation. And then also
got it.
your Zoom phone, it links directly with your cell phone. So when you call through the Zoom phone app, it does all the rest. And they have really good tutorials on it. It's pretty once it's set
Got
up,
it.
it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's a good question.
Got it.
Anything
Cool.
else?
And then the other thing is you had showed a couple of industries maybe like 5, 6 slides ago, or maybe even before. Can you share some notes on the inspiration behind that? Are those industries that you like? And also, if you're watching this, I would love to know what industry you're focused on. So
That's a
type
good
down in the
question.
comments like what are the industries niches that you're focused on? Can we go back to that slide for a
Yeah,
quick second, BG, and just kind of help us understand where your mind is on this? And then does
absolutely.
this work for SaaS? Like that's the other ultimate question you're going to get from high levelers.
Yeah, so good question. A couple things. The industries, just like ask ChatGPT, what are the industries? This is a common misconception. Let me look in the crane here. Is people go, I'm just in the wrong industry. You got to remember the stats that I shared with you yesterday. 9 out of 10 businesses fail. What does that mean? It means when you go into other industries, there's losers and winners in all of them. There's losers and winners in all of them. there are some other metrics and things to look for when you are trying to find clients to understand if they're going to be, a good one or not. For example, I don't deal with startups, but those are things that are covered later throughout the 16 weeks. It's just a lot to get into. But no, just you can do well in any industry, and we've done it all, so it's all the same thing.
Perfect. Perfect.
Then what was the last part of the question you asked, Paul?
Is this well with high levelers? The big question is
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
well, agency versus SaaS, or do I do both?
Love it. Yes.
Like what are your thoughts on SaaS in general?
So you guys will see here in a second, because the high level is a part of this one. The process doesn't change. Matter of fact, I would go to argue anyone who's selling anything, especially my people who've been in sales a long time, you know that this process, it works for virtually anything. You just change the demo. This is a two-step kind of sell, so I'll show you that, and I think we'll address some of those here in a second. But yeah, I see everything from healthcare to real estate to medical devices, personal, all the same thing. Yeah, especially if you're selling medical devices, you already know that the question game is where it's at, so you understand.
All right, perfect. Let's keep going, BG. Let's keep going.
Yep. Okay, so you have these deeper questions. And I gave you the example that a lot of people run into, which is you get somebody, and because they don't know you well enough, they're probably nervous, or they've self-identified as, I have anxiety, right? They self-labeled themselves. This is a great way to get people to open up. So I'll do it with you guys in real time. Someone goes, question number 2, what made you decide to schedule an appointment today? And then they go, because I need, leads for my business. Instead of going to the next question, you use a 2-step question, and you say something like, okay, what else? And they're like, well, sales have been a little bit slower as of late, ever since, COVID. We're kind of rebounding. They start sharing more. Okay, how's that going? Oh, da-da-da. And you start to see how this 2-step gets them to open up. Or go to question 3. Hey, what are you currently doing to get customers? Hey, referrals. And then you go, what else? Oh, okay, well, we haven't done much else than that. Okay, why? Well, we just been busy this. How's that make you feel? Well, not good. That's probably why I'm on the phone with you right now and got you. So there's another one I want you to pay attention to. It's this one right here. Who else? So this is not actually a literal translation. This is to remind you to ask them who else is impacted by their decisions. So for example, it's like, hey, are you currently advertising on social media? And they go, no, we're not. Okay, oh, why is that? Oh, we've been busy. How's that impacting you? Well, it's slowing down sales. How's your significant other feel about that? Gotcha. What does your team say? What about the sales team? How's that make them feel? Tell me more. Well, I've been doing marketing for a while. Can you elaborate, please? You guys see how the 2-step is the only thing you need? That's it. You just need to stay same 2-step with a little twist. All right? So those are the present tense questions. Now we got to go to the past. I want to understand the pain. If I can understand the pain, I'm going to know what's going to excite you to walk across the bridge, to take this leap, to take this quote unquote risk. Okay? So I go to the second component. I'm still looking at them face to face. I'm taking notes in real time. So when they see me looking down, they know that I'm just paying attention attentively. Now I go to the next set. Well, hey, what are some different things you tried in the past to get customers? Oh, well, we tried the Facebook thing and I hired the agency. How'd that go? Not good. How'd that make you feel? Well, it made me feel like crap, honestly, and discouraged the whole thing. Okay, well, what else did you try? I also tried this Groupon thing, but then they brought in cheap customers. How'd that go? How'd that make you feel? Who else talked to the Groupon leads? What they say? How'd that go? Elaborate, please. 2-step. And they're just sharing everything with me, telling me about their pain, realizing that they got to do something different. They want a different result. So we continue. Well, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, of all the things you've done in the past, what was the most successful? Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, of all the things you've done in the past, what was the most successful? Why do I want to know this? Because the truth is, with marketing, most businesses have done something that worked. The problem is they didn't show it to enough people. They missed the amplification stage, AKA the ads, which is what we've been teaching forever, the ads. It's how, for those of you that know us and follow us, that's where you've seen us, is the ads. So I love when they tell me they've done something because my brain goes, great, we're going to do it again, except put it in front of more people. Makes my job easy, makes my job simple. And then we keep going. Well, what's been your top 2 biggest challenges when it comes to scaling your business? Because they're going to mention something about getting customers, which makes us that much more needed and makes them have an aha moment of, damn it, this is the missing piece. I haven't been advertising. I haven't been getting customers. So we're getting on the same page, and I'm diving deep. Why? Why else? Tell me more. Elaborate, please. Well, what can be improved? Gotcha. Why? Why else? Okay, well, why else? What made you decide to schedule an appointment today? Why else? Gotcha. And why else? And why else? Oh, this is great. I just want to be thorough and detailed. Thank you so much for sharing. So now they're frustrated. They're in the past. They're thinking about the mistakes. The motivation to move forward and get out of this stage is heightened. So now I can move to future-based questions. Now I've earned the right after we've shared. I've built rapport via listening and giving a damn about people versus talking about myself. I can come here. Hey, Steve, what's your annual revenue goal for this year? You learn a little something about this question. Most people are afraid to state their true goals because the people in their life don't make them feel good about them, or they don't make them feel like they can reach them. So if you say what's your annual revenue goal for most people, they usually give you a small percentage of what they've already done. 200,000 would be nice. Well, when taxes come into play, you pay your employees, etc. That's not actually what you want. But that's what feels safe. So there's a little advanced question that I ask all the time, and it works with almost anybody. What's your annual revenue goal this year? And then they tell me their number. And no matter what they say, I always ask the same question. Okay, but what's your real goal? The one you're uncomfortable to share with anybody else because you don't think they'd get it and understand. What's the goal that you thought about when you were a kid and you thought about building your business before the reality of entrepreneurship hit you over the head? What's the real number? And it's always like 10 times more. Now, this is important because if you stay focused on this low number that they give you at first, when it comes to paying you $2,500 a month plus a $5,000 setup fee, that's going to feel uncomfortable because they're not thinking of the growth. They're just thinking of the current pie that they have, and giving you a big chunk of that would feel very uncomfortable. So it's very important that we start this conversation about the real goals, where we're really trying to be. And with AI and advertising, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Sonny says, best presentation I've seen in a while. Sonny, I love you. Let's keep rolling. Next question. You guys could have guessed it, probably. Okay, now the real goal is $1 million. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I even say, hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's the goal. I'm their cheerleader. No one else in their life believes in them, but guess what? I do. So that's the real goal. Why that number? Why that number? Well, that number because, I want to give my family a better life. Why? Well, because my wife's been holding me down for this years and I want to retire my parents. Why else? Well, my grandmother, we didn't have much. I'm the first millionaire in my family. Why is that important to you? Yes. Elaborate, please. Paint the vision. Tell me more. Why else? Let's go. Now we're hyped. We're transferring emotion. We're transferring confidence. See, most people think they have a marketing problem. Truth is, most people have a sales problem. They never get this dialed in. Because when you really have sales, you can just walk outside in the street and probably find a customer. Outside of what I'll be sharing with you today, Steve, what's your strategy to get there? What do you think their answer is going to be?
Not a piñata.
Paul's not a piñata. They're going to go, well, that's why I'm on the phone with you, da-da-da. And now I've got them where I wanted. We've shared. They're vulnerable and honest. I've had the opportunity to support them, to listen, to truly care about them. Okay? And then I keep going. And now I get into the demonstration, which whether you're selling high level, whether you're selling agency stuff, it's all the same, right? Because remember, people just want to buy customers. So we're about to pivot. Stay with me, right? Real quick, let me heat check. Scale of 1 to 10, is this helpful? Let me know in the chat. And give me dark complexion emojis on the Zoom if you're on the Zoom. Give me dark complexion. Give me any color. Okay,
I don't. Give me a brown one, a little lighter.
Yeah, we hit all the shades of the rainbow. Okay,
Hey,
good.
so real quick, Billy, I got a couple of clarity questions that I want to make sure everybody understands. All this only works if you have a dialed in offer yourself. You can't go into the sale hoping that you're going to sell something you have. You need to have a
Correct.
certain package, a certain dialed in offer. You
Yep.
build some case studies. Is that an accurate assumption, B?
Yeah, and that's exactly where we're going to go into next, and that's
Okay, perfect.
correct. You do. You needed to have dialed in, and also too, y'all. The reason why I can get on the phone and I can sell, like I said yesterday, Procter and Gamble, one of the biggest companies in the world, or the industry, is because I've gained confidence through evidence. I've been practicing this stuff. I've been doing it. I've lost a lot. I've had horrible campaigns. I've had really successful ones. So stage 1 is yesterday, mastering the art of this game. No matter what you go into and sell, if you're not confident with what you deliver, it's going to feel a little shaky. This is why yesterday I was like, guys, spend the 16 weeks with us. Get the practice, practice with the pros, get around other people. Like, you got to practice it, right? So that goes without saying. But this next part, you're going to start to understand, how you take these questions, because this is good information, but we still haven't told them like what they're getting yet. And we're going to be very clear, because clarity is what closes. So I want to now transition to my demonstration, right? While I'm on Zoom. Remember, I said never sell without visual representation. That's what we're going to do now. So I go, hey,
Billy,
Mr.
can
Customer.
we get them to give us some more love, man? I'm only seeing like 70 comments. I'm like, we're putting in 3 weeks worth of work to bring this to y'all. We need LFG
Give us
all
some
over
love in the chat. Come on. Hit us on
real.
IG. Share us some IG. Take out your cell phone. Get us an IG. Give us something to share. And big shout out to Paulson, by the way, y'all. Like, so much work goes behind the scenes to put on a training like this. And so I really want to give a shout out to the team at HighLevel, but specifically Paulson, who's really been quarterbacking this whole thing. So, if there's anybody, in the chat, I want to see thank you, Paulson, because he's really been the one who put us on.
I don't want to take any credit.
No, you got to. I know you wouldn't take credit, but I want to give you your flowers, because it's true. It really is. Like, it wouldn't be happening without him. All right. So I'm transitioning to my demo. So, Steve, based on my research and what you're sharing with me so far, do you mind if I make a recommendation? I'm not ramming anything down his throat. I want it to be his choice. And we know what his answer is going to be if I did a good job listening. And then my answer is simple. Use social media advertisements and AI to scale your business. Mind if I ask you a few more questions so you know what that looks like? Do you mind if I ask you a few more questions so you know what that looks like? Okay, cool. They're on the same page now. So I show them now, I'm sharing my screen, and they can visually see what I'm about to walk them through. Premium, right? Customer delivery. So this is what I tell them. Our goal is to deliver you customers. Our process is to show ads on Facebook, capture name, email, and phone number, deliver that data directly to your cell phone. Then use AI and automation to follow up. So I want you guys to pay attention here. Type this word in the chat. Good luck spelling it. Type the word syllables. Type the word syllables. Type the word syllables. When you are explaining something to an adult or a child, you have to be careful not to confuse the mind with too many syllables. Most of the, your brain, if someone's talking a lot, you hear a lot of syllables, you start to tune out. You ever deal with a long-winded person? You just, your eyes glaze over. You cannot hear. It's physically hard. So when I'm explaining something, I slow down. Our goal is to deliver you customers. Pause. And I'm showing the visual on the left-hand side here. Our process is to show ads on Facebook. Not a lot of words, not a lot of syllables. Everything's very intentional here. If you look at the greatest politicians of our time, I don't care if you're blue or red. Because Obama talked the same way. Simple and crisp. And Trump is very huge. Big Maca, big Maca, big Maca. They both do the same thing. Slow down, simple sentences, syllables, so nobody misses it. That's the game. Same thing we're doing here with this slide. We continue on. Now we're moving into what's called an assumptive close. We are simply going to build this process with them. We're going to include the customer with us in this whole thing. So, here's what we say. Now, and we're going to bring them through, let me give you a spoiler. So let me tie this in yesterday. All we're going to do is bring them through the process that I walked you guys through yesterday together with them. So we're actually going to build the marketing campaign with them in real time so that they can be excited and a part of the process. So next thing is what to say. Remember what to say from yesterday? So I go, hey, now I want to learn about now I want to learn who you enjoy working with and who pays you the most. I'm showing them that I care about their pockets. And so I start asking them the questions while I have my worksheet up. Okay, the person you like working with and the person that pays you the most, talk to me. What's their age? Great. What's their gender? What's their location? What's their relationship status? Okay, great. What TV shows do they watch? And they're into it. They're telling me all about their customers and the whole thing. What's their job title? What groups do they belong to? Why am I asking these questions, though, if you remember from yesterday? I'm asking for all targeting features inside of Facebook. So they're doing the work that I got to do anyway for me because they know their audience better than I do. So thanks for answering all that. Now let me show you how I can plug all that info into Facebook to find who's most likely to buy your product or service. And I'm doing what we did with you guys yesterday. I'm doing what I did with you guys yesterday, where we start building, have the Facebook ad showed up, and we're walking in. Okay, so you said their age is 35. Let me go ahead and select that. You said that their gender is this. Let me go ahead and select that. You said that they watch these TV shows. You said they like to listen to the music. I'm building it with them. We're doing this at the same time. I'm filling out all the questions. I'm talking about what's their income. Oh, you want quality people? They're excited. They don't have to talk to people who can't afford it. They're so pumped up. Then I get through the targeting, and I switch gears to the offer, which is important, the most important. And I ask this question. I say, look, Steve, I create social media advertisements like this for people in your industry, the dog washing industry, okay? And I show them, look, on the visual, on the what to show, I'm showing them. These are the kind of ads. Because when you say Facebook ads, you guys gotta understand, we still live in a world where people don't know what that means. So I'm showing them. I'm like, yeah, you know those little sponsored stories, you see when you're on Facebook? Oh, I've seen those before. Yeah. And I'm showing them a visual. Yeah, that's what I do. I create those for people in the dog washing industry. And look, on the person that you've described, what can we offer them that will get them excited to come in for a dog wash, that will get them excited to chat? They're like, well, maybe we can give a free dog wash. Maybe we can give a free dog bone. Maybe we can do all these things. Well, look, in the last 12 months, what's been the promo that you've run that's gotten you the most customers? And now they're telling me the data. And then I say, hey, Steve, do you have any videos or images that you think would be awesome to show them? And Steve's like, dude, we did a photo shoot like 3 years ago. We never used the pictures. I got this one video on YouTube with 6 views. I got a couple pictures on my website that my wife put up that they're amazing. Oh my gosh, but nobody sees these things. They're like, Steve, that's why we're going to advertise. He's like, Billy, I love you. And I'm like, Steve, I love you. Now you're bonding while you're building, giving you the information. I'm building out the marketing campaign in real time with them. I'm diving deeper. Hey, Steve, is there anything you've ever posted on social media that a lot of people have responded to? Well, yeah, I did post this one picture of a dog. Everybody thought it was cute. My brain goes, great, that's my ad. And they say, well, Steve, okay, cool, man. Once they click this ad, they're going to go to this simple HighLevel page where we can go and we can capture those leads. And we can get that name, email, and phone number of people who are excited for a dog wash, Steve. So, assume the close. Steve, who's the best salesperson on your team? When these people fill out the phone, who are we sending these leads to? Oh, that's Rebecca. She's a beast. Rebecca closes everybody. She's 9 out of 10. Okay, Rebecca, love it. And is that who you would like me to text and email when a new lead comes in? Yeah, Rebecca, give it right to her. Okay, and who else? And what about you, Steve? Are you a closer? Okay, yeah, because I want to make sure that we're closing, right? I want to give it to the best people. Are you good? You committed to this? You good? Now look, you're committed. I'm starting to. All right, you committed to this? All right. Dope.
Quick question for you, BG.
Yes.
Is this happening as part of an onboarding call or a second call, or is this all part of that first initial sales
This is the
call?
first call. So glad you asked. So remember a few slides ago when I showed you guys the different industries? This is why the prep work's important. You got to know the industry that you're at so you have all this available. Because remember, if you do this whole presentation for dog washers, don't forget, you can go to the hundreds of thousands of other dog walkers in a different city and do the same damn pitch with very, very, very micro changes. So that's the game is, and I've done this literally my entire career, 15 years selling my first person, as I build the funnels in advance, because also what you learned yesterday is when you really get a grip on this thing, to build a funnel takes like 16 minutes. Like, especially a mock one. Like HighLevel makes it so easy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. Guys, the blueprint I'm giving you, if you want all these slides, etc., look, try this freetrial.com. Matter of fact, Jeopardy music, 60 seconds on the clock. You're tripping if you haven't done this yet. Let me give you a minute to do it. 30 days free. Can't get better than that. Go to trythisfreetrial.com. Take out your credit card. You're just sitting there anyway. Stop playing yourself. Matter of fact, I'm going to pee. I'm going to go pee, and I'll be right back.
Make sure you turn the audio off.
I got you. All right. Okay. By the way, this song is hot. Remember when teachers used to play this back in the day? And then if you got in trouble, they hit the bell and you have to stand and look at the clock for 60 seconds. Was that just me?
So B, can we actually sing back into the session now? We need another little karaoke session.
Karaoke
we can go back in.
At the moment, you know. Maybe we'll outro with it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll play a little Creed.
All right. Okay.
That's low key my karaoke. That's some other hood shit. Okay, so they're assuming the close. I'm getting their data. Who's your best salesperson? Okay. Who would you like me to text and email when a new lead comes in? Okay. And I'm building it with them. And notice, y'all, they can visually see what's happening. So I'm eradicating the confusion that comes with selling marketing. All the extra widgets, like, stop. People just want to know if I'm giving you thousands of dollars, how am I going to make thousands of dollars more? Never forget, that's the conversation. All the extra stuff is bonus. It's, you want me to cut a check? All right, well, how am I going to get my money back? So I'm showing them. And they go, great. Do we have any products or services we can give as an incentive for them to call and book an appointment right away? So now I'm brainstorming with them, right? Is there any other dog bones around? Have you done any other offers? Like, because they're not only going to fill out the form and give us a name, them to call right away. I'm thinking of other offers to get them on the phone to make the sell easier for them. And so, next thing I'm showing them is, you guys, this may look a little familiar on with the show screen. This is HighLevel CRM that everybody gets when you use HighLevel. You got to understand, the people that you're selling, small business owners, have so much on our plates. We are, depending on the level, unorganized. We're almost always unorganized. So I'll ask y'all in the chat, where do most business owners keep their leads? Where do most business owners keep their leads? The answer is in their cell phone, under random names, etc. Like, yeah, maybe a paper, Nikki. Right. Like, there's no. So when I say, when I say here and I show them that they have this beautiful CRM with all the leads all organized, and I go, hey, will Rebecca be able to call within the first 15 minutes? And I'm showing them the pretty display of how sexy it is. Are you currently using a CRM? They're like, what's a CRM? It's like, oh, it's just a place to organize all the leads I'm going to send you. Just a place. I can hook you up with that. Okay, great. So, hey, last question here. Steve, in addition to the notifications I'm going to send to Rebecca, I'm going to set you up with the CRM. Who else do you want to have access to this? Oh, wow. Well, the organization, I want access. Okay, what's your email? And then Rebecca's going to have access, obviously. Okay, great. Any back office people that help organize and manage? Okay, great. I'm getting the team on board. I'm understanding their inner workings and their infrastructure. And honestly, they probably haven't spent this much time on their marketing plan ever. Assuming the close, building with you. Let me recap that sauce for you. When I'm sitting with the customer and I've now built with them, I'm showing them this screen, and I'm explaining it just like this. So you want me to create an ad, Steve, to women 36 years old, that whole list that we went through earlier, that live in this area, that are making an average income of like this, that are within 5 miles of your place, and da-da. Is that accurate? And they're like, yes, that's accurate. Okay, cool, got it. And then, Steve, you want me to show them an advertisement like this that was offering the 2-for-1 special that you did last December, right? Yes, and that one killed it for you? How much money did it make you, Steve? Okay. What do you think is going to happen when we show it to more people? What else? Why? How does that make you feel? And then I keep going. And when they fill out the form, Steve, you want me to send those leads to Rebecca. And Rebecca's phone number is this. And Rebecca's email is this. And if she's not available, I also have Lil John John. Lil John John's number is this. Lil John John's email is this. And then if they're not available, you said that you can close too, Steve. And then your phone number is this. And is that correct? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're ready to go. Okay. So now Steve is not just taking mental ownership of this process, understands very clearly how he's going to get customers and how he's going to make money. Steve is hyped. Steve's beside himself. So now we go into the close. I want you to pay close attention because people butcher this a lot. Here's how you close. Steve, how soon do you need customers? And what's Steve's answer going to be, y'all? What's Steve's answer going to be?
Reality is today.
Reality is today. Yesterday, right? He's going to be hyped. And if he tries to be a little bit of a smart butt and be like 3 weeks, I say, okay, cool. We can build it in 3 weeks. Like, let's get started now. It's going to take me 3 weeks. Like, I can adjust my time on there. Okay, great. And then I say, oh, Amelia, awesome. And I let him know, people on our 16 weeks, this is our standard. Hey, awesome. We'll work together for 13 months. Already setting that expectation. And to get started, it's a one-time setup fee of $5,000. Then it's $2,100 a month. Half of that's allocated towards the advertising budget. Half is my service fee. Ready for the close? Here it comes. Incoming. Would you like to buy it right now? Shh. Don't say a word after that. Don't you say a word. Would you like to buy it right now? I have seen so many business owners talk themselves out of a sell. I'll go me the crane here. I'll let you know exactly what it sounds like. Okay, so my price is like $5K, but look, if you sign up today, I'll remove the setup fee, and in addition to that, it's $2,100. But I know you said you had your family, so we can do it for $1,800, and I don't care. Maybe honestly, just pay me later, like whatever. If you tell me you're good, I trust you, you're good, and da da da. And the person's on the other side, like, well, if I continue to say nothing, maybe they'll give it to me for free. And they're just chilling. They're just waiting for you. They're just watching you. They're just quiet as a mouse. Nerves kick in, butterflies in our stomach. So this is exactly what you say. Would you like to buy it right now? Because if you don't say the words right now, then you run into a different issue. You know what? I would, and this was really helpful today, and I am in, but just call me in 3 weeks and we can get started. Would you like to buy it right now? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you sell customer acquisition services.
Love it. With the 2-step and the 3-step.
With the 2-step. Go ahead and 2-step. Go ahead.
Billy, I got a question for you. For you.
Yep.
So, you've been teaching marketing for so long, and I know you probably see the pattern. What is stopping digital citizens from closing deals more often? Is it fear of rejection? Is it lack of clarity of offer? Is it the wrong market? Why do you think entrepreneurs in the digital marketing world struggle on this?
So I'm going to answer that question while shamelessly plugging. So obviously what I do. You guys listen to me. I'm going to show you the math of all of your bank accounts, including mine, how all of them work. And this is how it works. So everybody answer this question. Johnny, if you can give me the Enya Time instrumental, don't play it yet, just have it queued up. I'll tell you when, hit it. And everybody, I want you to answer this one question honestly. Honestly. In 2023, on average, how many people did you ask to buy a day? Hit the Enya. 2023, on average, how many people did you ask to buy a day? Who did you ask to buy a day? How many? Only time. All right, killing you, so it doesn't kill our Facebook feed. Guys, come here to the crane. This is the math behind money. This is going to sound crazy, but if you want more money, ask more people to buy. This sounds so obvious, but let me tell you, it's the number one neglected, to answer Paulson's question. Come back to me here. This is why advertising is so crazy. So understand this. While I'm sitting here with you, I will spend another 20 to 30 grand a day asking millions of people to buy my stuff. I'll make a lot more money than what I spent, and it all happens on autopilot, and anybody has this capability to do today if they take the time to master the skill. This is just one session, one presentation. Can I ask you an honest question? What do you think would happen if you spent 16 weeks with us? What do you think would happen if you were dedicated and had a whole bunch of people around you all using high-level ads and AI to build this thing out for your business or to start an agency? What do you think is going to happen? Can you envision an instance where you go backwards, mastering all this stuff? Of course not. Yesterday, I gave you an offer. And a lot of you took it. Welcome to the family, by the way. And I said, look, if you want to work with myself and my team, you can come to San Diego. Go to the crane here for a second, Paulie. You can come to San Diego. You can learn here in person. Most of our students are virtual because they're scattered throughout the world, so you don't have to come in, but you have the option. have food and stuff like that. We take care of you. The seats recline, all the good stuff. Listen, if you want to spend 16 weeks with us, building out your agency like a professional, me giving you the templates, me giving you the prompts, me giving you the high-level snapshots, the emails, the what to say, my team Monday to Friday, hopping on a Zoom with you, helping you build out the funnel, holding your hand, which goes to my next point. Why do most people not make it? Because they try and do it themselves. That is not me just saying that as I'm pitching you on working with me right now. I want you to think about anytime anybody's accomplished anything great, the first thing that they do. The Oscars just passed, they come out on stage, and the first things they say is, I would like to thank, and the laundry list continues. I wouldn't be here without, and the laundry list continues. You know what nobody says? That only entrepreneurs try and pull this shit. What's up, y'all? This was all me. I did this 100% by myself. I did it all alone. I'm the greatest. I'm the GOAT. I ain't thanking nobody but myself, except Snoop Dogg. I ain't thanking nobody but myself. This is just me. Thank you. Come again. That's the arrogance and the ignorance. Only entrepreneurs will see something on Shark Tank and then expect to make $1 gazillion before. It's not real. Truth is, I cheated my way to success. You know how I cheated? Not actually cheated. You know how I cheated? I asked people for help every step of the way. I bought courses, I got mentors, and you know what? As I made more money, you know what I did? Instead of just buying the book or course, now I just hire the fucking author. I'm the king of asking for help. I'm the king of asking questions. Oh, you already did that? Oh, you've been there before? You've helped other people get there? Come on, how much does it cost? What does it cost? Even when I didn't have it, I borrowed money. I borrowed money from friends. I did a credit card. I did what was necessary. And then now, the other thing is like, people are like, I'd have to borrow money to get there. Welcome to education, said every doctor ever. I don't know many doctors that was like, I'll pay the $500,000 for my education in cash because it's readily available. No, they're like, damn, I had to go in the hole for 15 years. Yet I'm showing you a plan that requires a fraction of the capital, that has more earning potential, all the flexibility, can buy you back the time. HighLevel does most of the work. Automation does most of the work. AI does most of the work. It's the greatest time to be alive ever for humans, but specifically entrepreneurs. And then you have the people who work with the biggest companies in the world that have trained more people on this than most people on the planet. Matter of fact, I don't know anyone who's trained more people on this stuff than us. I don't know a single individual. Not a single. Saying, hey, we'll help you out for 16 weeks. Jump right in. Just go to trainwithbilly.com right now. Literally at 11:15, it's 11 o'clock, right? Okay. You waited till the last minute. If you didn't take it yesterday, you were officially the last minute because we started at 11 o'clock. You got to play a week of catch up, but 11 o'clock, and you'll be right in with the community. So that's trainwithbilly.com. People ask me, well, Billy, is there other things that you sell? No, we just use HighLevel. If you're in that program, you use HighLevel. All of our students, we tell you to use HighLevel because it makes it easy for us to give you all of our snapshots, etc. So we just use HighLevel. That's our big secret. We use HighLevel, but we use it in a way that's different than most because we focus on customer acquisition. Train with Billy right now, we literally start at 11, get in. I'll go ahead and do some questions while we chill. And then the other bonus that I will honor, because we did it yesterday, I will honor the same bonus. Anybody who gets in right now, before me and Paul send in this, we will also allow a buddy pass. Buddy pass is you can do it with whoever else is in your company. So if you have that right hand or that left hand person that's building with you, doing it, the person who's going to be taking over your marketing, you absolutely can bring them with you if you get in right now. So I'll honor that buddy pass. Maybe it's a family member that you do this with and you want them to learn the stuff too. I'm on board with it. All right, we did that yesterday. I'll honor it today too. Trainwithbilly.com. Paulson, back to you after my shameless plug. I'd be more than happy to answer questions. And if you guys learned, just think about what I taught you in 2 days and 2 hours. What you think is going to happen in 16 weeks while you can hop on a Zoom with my team to hold your hand, do the whole thing. And
Absolutely. So just real quick, there is also the try this free trial link as well.
yes.
Can you help us differentiate that real quick?
Yeah, let's have both links on the screen there, Paulie, if you want to put one there. right? So
Perfect.
the try this free trial link, let me be super clear for everyone. That's going to hook you up with 30 days of HighLevel. That's going to just hook you up. You get 30 days of HighLevel. And then the one bonus that I will throw in there for all my people that do that is I will hook you up with the sales presentation slides I just showed you. All right. We'll hook you up with those too. So that's trythisfreetrial.com. That's like a standard. So I don't know. I think there ends up being like 100,000 people that watch this thing. And every single one of you should have HighLevel. Like it goes, if you don't already have it, right? Like it goes without saying, like it's a staple for digital marketing. Like if you're in this digital landscape, you just need, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know how many of you have been to San Diego, but like you need a car to get around in San Diego. You can't just take the BART and all the like you need a car to like make it. That's how HighLevel is to me. It's like I don't even need to sell it. You just need to get it. And this is free. It's literally 30 days for free. So you have plenty of time to set it up and start monetizing it and doing what you do. Right. So and then look, if HighLevel sucks butt, just cancel it. You're like, yo, HighLevel sucks. Just, okay. Cancel before your trial. You lost nothing. Or maybe it changes your life and you're like, I'll never cancel HighLevel because that would be the silliest thing I've ever done. So that's try this trial. Train with Billy is different. People train with Billy is like, yo, I want freedom. I want time. I want to do this agency thing. I'm sick of the old vehicle that I've been in. I want to do something different. I want freedom. And I want to learn from the best. And we focus a lot on advertising, that customer acquisition, which is our jam. That's what we're great at.
So BG, quick question for you. What we covering tomorrow? Is it going to be another 2-step, 3-step, 4-step?
Good question. So I did something better because I should actually be clear on this. This is actually exciting. So day one, this is the plan. We genuinely laid out, here's what we're trading. Here's what we're selling. I showed you how we built it. Like that was it. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into it that we'll cover over 16 weeks. So it was a simplified version in fairness. But by the end of class, if someone's like, what am I going to learn in 16 weeks? Everything that you saw us do in day one, all of that and then some. There's that. Day two, okay, Billy, I have this thing, but how do I sell it? Day three is, well, Billy, I got a lot of tech questions about, like, what do I click? How do I set this up? Like, what button did you press here? All those things. And I have a secret. I have a confession. I'll let you guys know right now. I'm not the best at that stuff. I manage our team of marketers. It's obviously my thing. I speak around the world and talk about, right? Brazil, London, whatever. But I haven't built a Facebook ad in 8 years. Many of you will come through our 16 weeks with us. You'll learn it so you can master it, but somebody else will do it for you. You know who does that? My team. Rhea, that you saw with me, that's been next to me for 8 years and managed millions of dollars. Hector, our CMO. Jordan, been literally working there almost 10 years. These are the mastermind geniuses behind me that are superb when it comes to funnel building, etc. So tomorrow, I'm gracing you with something that's a lot better than Billie Jean, which is our team to do an office hours open Q&A with you guys to answer questions about putting it all together, right? Like they're better than me at that. So I have no problem telling you guys when I'm great at something, when they're way better than me at that. So they're going to hold you guys' hand through, keep it open form, lots of questions. And so even today, if you guys have questions that you're asking, submit them and they'll be able to answer those tomorrow. So tomorrow, the team is shining. You'll probably like them a lot better than me. And they don't curse anywhere near as much as me.
Bring your children, everybody, tomorrow. Bring your children. Day 3.
And especially they can do a deep dive into HighLevel too, right? Like, again, I understand HighLevel well. We use it every single day. It's the number one software we use in our whole business. I cannot recommend it enough. But the team is the ones implementing it and they're using it. So I see the question in the chat. Tomorrow, they're going to be able to answer all of that for you guys.
Love it.
So I feel like you guys are set. You got what you need, but now it's the point of execution. And I give you the example of like, what's something that we all relate to, right? Like it's like fitness. It's like everybody knows how to get in shape, but damn, it's easy to go off track. But it's much easier to stay on track when you have a trainer, when you're going to the group sessions, when your other people are doing it with you, you're in a challenge with your family, etc., you're literally 100 times more likely to succeed. I'm a I take a lot of risks, but guys, I'm a risk adverse person. I have a lot. If you take a disc assessment, I have a lot more C in me than people think. And so I like less risky paths. To me, if I'm going to try and climb Mount Everest and be one of the 1%ers, I want to do it with people who have been there before. So when you go to trainwithbilly.com, this is for the people who don't like risk. I want to do it the safe way. Do it with the people who've been doing it for 15 years, y'all. And then AI came around and made it all way easier. So if tech was ever holding you back, guess what? AI has eliminated like 95% of the techie stuff that we had to do. And again, with Train with Billy, we use HighLevel, so we'll be able to hook you up with everything. So that starts today at 11. Like that's in 45 minutes. And then there is no late registration. You have to wait till probably another 3 months till summer. We remember summer session, which we haven't officially confirmed, but we probably will do that.
Was that
So
a
yes, any
was
other
that
questions I
a
can answer, Paulson?
was that a Kanye line? No late registration, my guy. Oh,
Easy.
real quick, I can tell you all just from firsthand experience. Billy's coaching program was one of the first ones I jumped into. I had two agencies back in 2015, 16, 17, 18, and Billy's was the inner circle that I was part of. And what I love about Billy's group and that community is the type of people he tend to attract are doers, and they're all like, 7-figure plus agency owners. Like some of the top players you see in the world of high level today that are crushing it are all part of Billy's inner circle. So I've always felt honored to be part of that group, and I can't speak
An honor to
any
have you.
any more clear than that. I'm like I invested into Billy years, way before high level as well. On top of that,
Yeah.
now
We
obviously
we
Billy's
saw
offer.
even Robin Alex was as part of our School of
Yep,
Geniuses, is what it
yep,
is. And so, one of the co-founders at HighLevel is came through, and he's
yep.
you guys know how smart that man
And
is. But I got to see HighLevel from the infancy stage to being the GOAT now, and it's hella inspiring. It's very
yep.
cool.
And I don't know if you remember this, you had a big brother, big sister program, and you
Yeah.
paired me up with Robin. I'm pretty sure it was because there were two brown guys in the whole program. But
Yo,
but
I
but
forgot
that was
about that. That was the that's dope.
but
But
that was
here's this. I'll tell you guys a fun story for a second. So I forgot about that. So Robin's the man, but here's where I like really respected Robin is so like I'm close with all our students. Like we be chilling and cool. So there's that. Like, and especially like anybody, like when you come into our programs, like that's the beginning, but it's like what else can we partner on? What else can we do? But anyways, we go to Texas. I have a speaking event in Texas. And we hadn't been out there that many times at this time. And so I knew Robin was out there. And so I like hit him up. I'm like, bro, we out here in Texas. I'm already off stage. Like, what's up? Like, let's turn up. And mind you, I never been out with Alec or with Robin at this point. And so it's kind of risky, you know what I mean? Like you're like, all right, we'll see how this goes. And then let me tell you, man, Robin was plugged in. All the spots, the food spots, the bars going in through the back, like all of that. We had the time of our lives out there. Ray was out there, Jordan was out there. And let me tell you, we just had a blast. And ever since that day, I was like, Robin, you're my G. And we still like he was out in San Diego. We had a good time. And yeah, but like just the whole HighLevel family, as you guys already know. It's just
you,
a like look,
you definitely have
yeah.
a strong community there, B.
Yeah,
I
it's a strong
appreciate it.
community, and like if you've been to any of the events, you guys maybe saw me speak last year. But like the word is fun. That's something that HighLevel takes pride in. That's something that we take pride in with our genius community, and like fun. So I know we're talking all about money and growth and all those things. Like I need to have fun while I'm learning, or I can't learn. I can't. I'm not just give me a book and read. So you understand, most of our students are busy parents, right? Entrepreneurs that have like no time. So we do a good job of breaking this down step by step so that they can do it. And then also like I just have fun. Like we laugh a lot, like we do the damn thing. And I think that's so critical. And so as you come into this community, you come into the HighLevel community, expect to have this journey, but do it while having fun. To me, that's more that is I don't buy something if I can't have fun. specs. So
Absolutely. So those of you that are watching, we'll have replays across all of our social channels, YouTube channel. Go to trythisfreetrial.com, which is a 30-day trial that we don't normally do. It's through Billy's affiliation, so he'll give you bonuses and stuff like that. And then also Train with Billy is part of his 16-week program that I feel really confident in as well. So either way, let us know however we can help you. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock EST. That's New York time for those of you that are watching international. Any final thoughts for day 2B?
implement, y'all. Implement. And honestly, the last thought I'll leave you with is you should really go to Train with Billy. A real human from my team will get you onboarded. We'll get you in, ready to go by 11 o'clock. So get in right now. It'll be the best investment right alongside with HighLevel that you've ever made. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Paulson, again, big shout out to Paulson, y'all, for putting this all together. Because I'm telling y'all, Paulson don't do this. We ain't here. So y'all better show that man some love. And then you guys are going to love the team tomorrow. Again, they just are better at this stuff than me. And they're more mature.
So tomorrow we're gonna go in app and start building things, implementing. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
lot more hands-on.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes. And we can
All right.
show,
Cool.
screen share, all that fun stuff. Exactly. Yeah.
And I
So
do
appreciate
agree.
y'all.
I do agree. They are more matured.
100%. I'm the worst. But hey, fun fact: when you guys meet all these, so I've done a lot of speaking stuff. You meet all the like other entrepreneurs in the space. Something that I've learned, and maybe it's just because I'm so ridiculous, it brings it out in people. But behind closed doors, everybody tells as many inappropriate and stupid childish jokes as me. I would just say that. The girls and the guys, the most famous ones, everybody is just a child at the end of the day. You know, then we button up when we come here. But anyways, love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you found value today. Scale of 1 to 10, was this helpful in the chat? Scale of 1 to 10, was this helpful in the chat? Go through, show you guys the exact same slides,
10 being the most 10 being the most helpful.
10 being the most helpful. Well, if this was helpful and you found this at 10, 16 weeks is going to be 1,000. Love you guys. Appreciate you, Paulson. Thanks for putting it all together, brother.
For sure.
Team will close
All
out
right,
strong
we'll see you
tomorrow.
tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.